came over to the Benton and literally filled that stadium with that sound. Awesome. Where'd you go to school? UAR. They don't have a football field.
Still going?
That's all right. They're getting pretty. They're not going to play the anthem till they line up. As long as we get in before the anthem. Hi there. There you go. Okay. 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. 24 altogether. All right. Well, we're not going to get any in the pregame.
You still running the coach's show?
Yeah.
You got a radio?
As far as we know, we're always got everything all right. We got No, I didn't bring a radio with me. You said you were going to bring one, but they needed an antenna, and I didn't bring it.
I've got one out in the car. Are you okay with what you got?
Yeah. Well, all we can do is use the timer.
I'll go get that radio and speak around.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know. Do I have one in my bag? Hello again, everybody, from Malvern. It's Benton High School Panther football. Game 1 of the 1988 season. We're just a matter of minutes away from the opening kickoff, and the teams are now on the field, having been introduced just a few moments ago. And in just a matter of moments, the band of the Benton, the Malvern Leopards are going to play the national anthem. And as the hush comes over the crowd, you know what is anticipated. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. The lady singing the national anthem was one of the cheerleaders here for the Malvern Panthers. I'm Bill Powell, along with Rob Patrick of the Benton Courier. Did I get that right?
That's right.
And we're ready to bring you every thrilling and exciting play of tonight's first 1988 football game, of high school football game for the Benton Panthers. And I don't know about you, Rob, but I'm excited. This is really the atmosphere for high school football.
It's a good atmosphere. It's a good rivalry between these two teams. Benton's had the better of it for the most part. They won last season 20-7, and they're going to try to repeat that performance tonight. We're ready for kickoff.
And it is just that quick. And here comes the run-up, and the kick is away. It's relatively short. It'll come down at about the 18-yard line. Popping ahead with the football was James Smith. Smith made the run back, picked it out to about, the 29. Let's give him the 29. They're calling it an 11-yard return. So Malvern goes on the offense with the ball at their own 29. First down, 10 to go. First offensive series of the football game. Quickly, here's the Leopard backfield. It'll be Brandon Jones at quarterback. He takes the snap, rolls to his right, looks downfield, throws the left-handed pass, completes it to number 87 on the catch. That's Vincent Bradford. So the first play from scrimmage for Malvern is a completed pass up to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 8 on the play.
What they like to do, Bill, is roll out and hit their backs out of the backfield, and they can really go get the ball.
Second down and 2. Straight ahead dive. Into the middle goes the fullback for the Panthers, and that'll be Jeff Maris. 5'10", 174-pound senior. Plowed his way into the middle of the line. Got little or nothing, so let's call it third down and 2. The way they spotted the ball after the run back on the kickoff put it very close to the 30, which means they have to go just shy of the 40-yard line for the first down, they being the Leopards of Malvern. Here comes the pitch back, slicing off the left side with the football was Tracy McNeely. Tracy pounds it out across the 40 to the 41. A whole host of white-shirted Panthers came up to meet him.
I believe they got the first down, Bill.
By about 8 inches, it looks like, from here.
They like to pitch to that tailback and let him decide where the hole is going to be and go for it. They run the I formation, give him a lot of chance to pick his room.
He reads his blocks and goes with where the hole is. All right, once again, it's Malvern on the attack, a quarterback keep. He faked a handoff to Maris coming into the middle, did Brandon Jones, and popped it off the right side over right tackle for about 2 yards, make it second down and 8 for Malvern. Malvern with the football, Benton on defense, and Benton, of course, dressed tonight in their silver pants, white jerseys with the purple numerals, and of course their ever-present purple helmets. Malvern, on the other hand, in their black uniforms with the orange stripes. Here's the quarterback back to throw, looks downfield, almost intercepted. Getting a hand up to knock it away and coming very, very close to picking it off was number 23, Roger Barker. Roger, playing linebacker, drifted back when he saw the pass play develop, looked downfield, looked around for a receiver. When Brandon Jones let it go, he was Johnny on the spot and came within an eyelash of picking it off.
Very close to being a completion after he tipped it.
Yes, he was. Johnny Gibbs brings him up. Gibbs back, looks to throw. Now he's being chased out of the pocket. Gets it upfield. It was held and then dropped.
Heath Nix putting the pressure on there, and they really popped the receiver.
Number 81 was the man attempting to make the catch. Scotty Danley. Danley, a split
again, Roger Barker right in on that tackle along with Shane Smith. They hit him hard, and he dropped the ball. It's good solid hit. Good defensive effort kept that from being a completed pass. It's fourth down, and the Malvern Leopards will go back to kick the football away. They picked up 1 first down in that exchange, have the ball at their own 42, so Benton should get relatively good field position. A man ran onto the field just as the ball was snapped. Kick is away. It's a good high spiral punt taken in at the 15. Now fumbled on the exchange. Robert Gudino came up with that, fielded the punt, and he was handing it off to Jake Goheen on a reverse. And Jake, it wasn't a clean handoff. Jake could do nothing but fall on the football, and it looks like the Panthers are backed up to, well, inside their 20-yard line. What'd you call it, about the 17?
It's hard to tell from this angle, but I would say it's inside the 15 at about the 12 or 13-yard line. We'll see when they spot it on the far side. I think it's the 13. Let's call it first down and 13 with 9:23 left to go here in the first quarter from Malvern Stadium. Straight ahead dive play out of the bone, the wishbone of offense that the Benton Panthers operate from. Jamie Jones handed straight ahead to Randy Wright. Wright popped it out to about the 15, give him a pickup of, well, it must have been the 12. Well, let's call it 2. Give him a pickup of 2 on the play. Call it second down and 8. As once again, at the throttle, it's Jamie Jones. Jamie.
Goes Robert Gudino there.
Gudino takes the handoff from James and pops it out across the 20. Pickup of about 5 on the play. Going to make it third down and 3 Third down, 3 yards to go. Godino picked up 5, and it looks like that Wishbone offense is going to function. At least everybody's popping off the ball the way you have to.
It's a very hard-charging, powerful Wishbone. They like to lead with both blockers and really overpower the defense.
It's a hot, sticky night in Malvern. Once again, handoff to the fullback, pops it loose.
That's Kurt Shellnut.
Shellnut's loose. He's going downfield at a gallop, but from behind inside the Benton 35-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. I'm sorry, at the Malvern 35. Put it down at the Malvern 34-yard line.
Pick up 46 yards on that carry.
Kurt Shellnut popping from his right halfback spot, cut it off left tackle, broke through the hole, and literally scampered, got ahead of the defense, but was pulled down from behind. Coming in to make the tackle was Scott Olson. Scott, a 5'8", 172-pound senior, was the man up to make the tackle. Benton in control on the drive, straight ahead handoff. Once again, it looked like Shellnut. Godino.
It's kind of hard to tell. It's one's 34 and the other's 44, but Godino on that handoff, and they both run similarly, very powerful, and I believe he picked up pretty good yardage on that.
Looks like he got about 7, make it 6. Second down and 4 as the Panther is on the prowl inside the Malvern 30-yard line at the 27. Once again, it's Jamie Jones at the controls, hands it off to number 44, Godino. Godino powers his way across the 25. Inside the 25 and very close to a first down. Depends on the spot, I would imagine. We have a very low angle here at Malvern, and it's kind of difficult to pick up some of the offensive exchanges.
Looks like it's going to be just short, but they're going to take a time out to measure.
They're going to take a little time out to measure. While they take time out to measure, let's take 30 seconds for this commercial message. Just inches short were the Panthers on that second down attempt, so they have third down and a matter of inches, and we get a whistle.
Either side. Looks like probably somebody lined up off sides on that one, Bill. I don't know which side.
Jamie Jones is pointing toward
offsides.
Pointing toward Malvern, and that gives them an automatic first down.
Indeed.
So the Panthers will move in. You know, this may be a test tonight, Rob, of conditioning. It's very hot and sticky down here.
Indeed, and the Benton Panthers are a well-conditioned team. They've been working in two-a-days for a long time.
First down, 10 to go inside the 20 for the Panthers. Jones hands it off to the fullback. He pops it straight up the middle.
I think that was the second handoff, and Shellnut took that one up there.
Shellnut, the halfback on that Wishbone will fool you because
it is a very
fullback and a halfback do get handoff. He faked into the middle to the fullback, Randy Wright, handed off to Shellnut. Shellnut picked up maybe 1, so call it second down and 9. Second down, 9 to go for Benton. 6:11 to play here in the first quarter of Game 1 of 1988.
They're not taking you long in the huddle either.
No, they're not. There's the handoff once again to Shellnut. He pops it around the right side. Ball's loose. The whistle did not blow until people started popping on it. So let's see where they spot it.
I think they ruled him down.
It's still Benton football. Third down and about 8. Another pickup of 1 for Shellnut that time. You're right. They're not taking any time at all. Getting the ball in play is the Benton Panthers. Up to the line of scrimmage comes Benton. Jamie Jones leads them up.
They've been very good on third down. Well, the one chance they had was a big gainer on third down.
Jones rolls to his left, looks downfield. Now he's going to tuck it in and run. He's surrounded and swarmed under at the 10-yard line. Needed a block. Out in front of him that time, running interference, was Sam McCampbell. And Sam laid a pretty good block on number 68 of the Leopards, that being Jamie Green, the linebacker, but it wasn't enough to spring him, but there was a pickup on the play, and it's very close to another first down.
I'm certain that this is short. because it's just about the spot where they measured last time, 10 yards further up.
He got a nose across the 10-yard line. He's going to be about 5 or 6 inches short, huh?
I think they'll probably go for this with this powerful offense.
This will be inside the 10-yard line. So Benton once again with the football in a crucial situation here in this first series. They've driven the ball from their own 13-yard line in a sustained drive, and that takes it out of the defense.
It does indeed. This is kind of the way that Benton started up last year. They were very strong early and then had to hold on and play some good defense in the end. Jamie Jones on that play, rolling out. He's very, very good on the outside, a good runner. He didn't see anybody open, saw enough open space that he thought he could pick up the first down, and he just about did.
Benton, the Malvern defense stacked on the right side. Linebackers up tight. Up to the line comes the Panthers. Jones calls the signals. Long count this time, trying to draw him off. Does not, but hands it straight ahead to number 44, Robert Godino. And Godino powers across for the first down easily. He must have got, what, 3-4 yards on that exchange. So give him 3. Pickup of 3, call it first down and 10 from the...
Call it the 7, you think?
7-yard line.
First and goal.
Again, I hate to sound like I'm apologizing, but we have a very low level, and it's hard to determine exact spots of the football from this angle. Well, here's the first chance of 1988 for a Panther touchdown. Straight ahead. No. Jones works to his right. Going to be pulled down for a loss, and it was a good defensive play that time.
Like Brandon Jones made that tackle.
Yes, he did.
Just Jamie just had that one player to beat, and they were running towards the sideline, and Jones made a good play to haul him down. Got him up around the shoulder pads and just rode him to the ground. Loss on the play of about 4 out to the 11, back to the 11-yard line. So it'll be second down and goal to go from the Malvern Leopard 11. And once again, Benton comes to the attack. Still calling signals for Benton is Jamie Jones. Jamie fakes once. Now he cuts it up on the inside, and he's ridden down hard after a pickup of 2. Give him 2 on the play. Tackle made that time by number 87, Vincent Bradford. First time they'd really run the option outside. Jamie, they've kind of drilled him to not turn the ball over and not take too many risks. But they would like to get it to those halfbacks on the outside, and Jamie's really had to work on making himself pitch the ball, and at that time, if he had, they'd probably picked up bigger yardage. Taking it all the way in. He's playing it safe at this point on the field. Third down and 7, inside tight. Now he rolls to his right, looks for somebody to throw to, and overthrows his man that was wide open in the end zone. And from here, looks like it may have been Greg Mundy. It looked like Greg Mundy, but I was trying to ascertain the number. It's kind of dark down in that end zone, too. In that corner. So it's going to be fourth down and goal to go from about the 8-yard line for Benton. So in comes the field goal team. You've had a little more experience with Benton than I have. What kind of a field goal kicker have they? Godino's very good, and Heath Nix have both been doing well, but it looks like they're going to go for it. They just brought in some bodies to change the look a little bit. Here we go, big play. Still Jamie Jones at quarterback. Rolling to his right, looks into the end zone. Now he's going to try to cut it in, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Just short of scoring on that play. He was trying to beat him to the corner, and he was just knocked out right at the stick, and it just came up short. And it was Brandon Jones coming up to make the tackle for Malvern. Brandon Jones. He picked up 7 of the 8 yards and was ridden out of bounds right at the 1, so here we are with Malvern being backed up their own 1-yard line, and we'll see what Benton's defense can do with them backed up, where they really kind of have to run the ball, and Benton's very tough against the run. And that makes it kind of a compliment to the defense of the Benton Panthers, simply because Coach took a chance on letting them go for the touchdown, knowing that this was no man's land down here against that defense. First play from scrimmage by the Leopards is pounded out over the 3-yard line out to about the 3, where it will be second down and 8 from the 3-yard line. They started this drive from the 1, and no matter what happens here, the Panthers should get the ball in pretty good field position. If they can hold them at all. And it would stand to reason that they could, because they did from out at midfield almost.
Handoff straight ahead to the tailback. He's ridden down for no gain.
They're playing very tough on that line of scrimmage.
They're controlling the line of scrimmage. The ball was snapped, and actually Benton beat Malvern off the ball that time. And on defense, that's an accomplishment because the offensive team knows what the snap count is.
Indeed so. It was really the whole left side of the line in on that side, on that tackle. Of course, Kelsey Dedman, the big defensive tackle.
Boy, he's a good one.
Everything on that side, anchoring things, and he's going up against a huge offensive tackle. Well, they've got the offensive Davies on the left side, I guess. That's
yes.
the other side.
Straight ahead plow now. He throws, intercepted by the Panthers.
Jake Goheen.
Goheen has the ball. He shakes away from one tackle. He may sneak in if he can get a block, but he cannot, and he's ridden out of bounds near the 8-yard line.
Johnny Gibbs, the quarterback, made that tackle. It was overthrown. They tried a little pop pass over the middle, and he overthrew his receiver, and there was Goheen playing center field, picked it off, and did some fancy running there. He runs back punts for the Panthers, and on that play right there, he showed his running ability.
Cut it up and then cut it back, and almost got in because he had everybody going toward the middle. He cut it to the outside, but over to make the tackle was the quarterback of the Leopards, and that's Brandon Jones. Well, here we go again. One more time, the Panthers are knocking on the door. First down, 10 to go at the 9. Straight ahead pop. Off with a football down close to the 1-yard line on the carry. Number 44, Robert Godino.
Very tough run.
Big run.
Broke tackles.
He lowered a shoulder and lowered a head and just said, I'm not going to be denied. I'm going to get this one close, and he did. It's going to be second down and about 1.5 yards to get into the end zone. And right now, the Benton Panther is controlling the football game. On this hot night, it will be interesting to see if they can maintain this intensity level. Once again, the Panthers over the ball. Jones with the snap, fakes a handoff, dive play in for the touchdown, and let's see who gets up. Shelnut. Second man through, took the handoff, popped it off right tackle into the end zone, and the Benton Panthers have scored the first touchdown of this ball game with 1 minute and 5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Benton, and now coming on to attempt the extra point, it will be Godine.
Actually, it's Keith Nix will kick the extra point.
Nix will kick the extra point. Godine kicks field goals, and Nix...
Well, Godino will sometimes kick some of the longer kicks.
I see.
I think Keith Nix will do most of the kicking.
Ball is down, the kick is up. Kick is good.
Oh, I think they're waving it off. Just off to the left.
Boy, it looked good from here.
It did.
I thought it was good, but nonetheless, the referees have a much better angle than we do. They say it's no good. I had already looked down and written 7-0 on the pad, which has to be changed now to 6-0 in favor of the Benton Panthers. And we'll be back with the kickoff after this 30-second timeout. Minute and 5 seconds left to play here in the first quarter as the Benton Panthers have taken the ball in for the first score of the evening, 6-0. Panthers on top. The extra point was no good. Popped off to the left just a little bit. And I mean, it was just a little bit.
Barely. I don't know. I guess they signaled it off to the left. It must have gone right over the upright.
It looked very good from where we were sitting, but nonetheless, it was no good.
With the kickoff.
Yeah, he gets it downfield to the 15, taken in at the 15, and then powerfully brought back out across the 30 to the 34-yard line by Scott Olison. Scott is a 5'8", 172-pound senior, and Scott brought the ball back out to the 34-yard line. Where
got that one on the run. It was a little short. He was one of the deep backs, came up and got it on the run and made a pretty good return on it.
The Malvern Leopards with the football. First down, 10 to go from their own 34.
Their bread and butter appears to be the passing game. We're liable to see him put it in the air.
Ooh, little bobble there on the pitch back to the tailback.
It's like
Murdoch. But he controlled it, slipped 2 or 3 tackles, came very near to getting knocked down by the line of scrimmage, but brought the ball out for a pretty respectable gain. Give him 6 on the play, make it second down and 4. And maybe the rest did the Leopards a little good, because they really popped that offensive shot.
Well, they gave one away.
Oops, another fumble on the pitch back. Once again, Murdoch is able to pull it in. This time he's not quite as successful. as he takes it out across the 40 to the 41-yard line, where it becomes third down and about 3 now.
I think there's a flag on the play, and they're talking with Kelsey Dedman of the Benton Panthers, so probably against.
I saw Kelsey point toward the Malvern end zone, which means take it back.
See how he does. They're
holding. Holding is the call against the Leopards. They're going to march it back 10 yards.
Set them back 10. I think what they're trying to do is feature their tailback a little bit, get a ground game going. That's William McNeely. Again, the numbers are hard to tell, but McNeely's the one doing the majority of the running.
49?
Tailback spot.
Okay.
And, they've had a couple of bobbled pitches.
Well, they're back at it again. Once again, Jones, the quarterback, hands it off to McNeely, and he pops it loose. Looked like he was going to break it. And all of a sudden, coming over to make the tackle for the Benton Panthers was number 26, Rodney Wright. And I'll tell you, Wright came from nowhere to stop that play.
Got a little help from Heath Nix on that one, too. Good.
Looked like it was going to go a long way, but they brought the ball out just short of the original line of scrimmage. Time is out on the field. We played 1 quarter of football in this, the first game of 1988 of the Benton Panthers, and the score after 1 quarter of play, Benton 6, Malvern nothing.
Should have brought 2 of these.
Bill Powell along with Rob Patrick back here at Malvern, where the Panthers lead 6-0. Malvern attempted one more running play, could not get the first down, and now are forced to punt. The punt is away short, and the Panthers are going to let it roll as it rolls dead at the Benton 34-yard line. So once again, the Benton Panthers will set up in good field position, Rob.
The punt was a short punt, and now Benton will be back in operation. Jamie Jones has gone all the way at quarterback. He and Brad Collett both have been quarterbacking throughout the preseason and alternating, and we expect to see Brad Collett. He's in there now.
It is Collins. It is Collins at quarterback. So Brad Collins will now pull the trigger for the Benton Panthers. Up they come. Collins takes the snap. Straight ahead handoff to the fullback. And he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage for absolutely no gain. That looked like a Randy Wright on the carry.
They'll run some base plays, let Collett get his feet under him and get the center snap down.
Brad Collett, 6'1", 155-pound sophomore. And if he works out well, it's 3 years ahead, you know.
Indeed so. He's got a good arm. You may see him put it in the air here.
Collett fakes, hands second man coming through on the carry. Looks like Shelnut off the left side. Carries the ball out across the 40-yard line to about the 42-yard line, where it now becomes third down and 2. So the Panthers continue to march the ball up the field, going inside and outside almost at will. Only twice in my memory this evening has the ball been stacked up on him. Collett under center, looks around, barks the signal, second man through. Now he passes, he wants to throw, sweeps right, he's caught at the 40 and wrestled to the ground.
His man was covered. He was looking downfield for Drew Yoakum, his tight end. That's a favorite target for the Benton Panthers, but he was well covered. Collett just kind of had to roll on out, and he took the beating on that play.
6'6" Eddie Ray Hines, the nose guard, came over for the Leopards and unceremoniously dropped Mr. Collett on the posterior of his football trousers. So it will be the Panthers to kick the ball away. The first punt of the evening by Benton.
Chris Ramsey back to do the punting.
Here's the snap.
Looks like
full
Oliver
charge.
back deep.
He gets it away. high punt, kicking it away from the lone return man, takes a Benton roll across the 20 down to about the 16, 17-yard line. Let's spot it at the 17, call it first down, 10 yards to go for the Malvern Leopards. Nice punt that time.
Got a good roll on it, kicked it away from Scotty Ollison, their deep man, and he had the Benton roll, and they're playing field position on Malvern. They're keeping them backed up ever since the turnover and then the touchdown. They've had Malvern backed up pretty much.
Johnny Gibbs running the offense this time for the Malvern Leopards. Gibbs under center. Pitches back to his big tailback, who breaks a tackle and pops it across the 20 to the 21, 22-yard line.
Looks like they're running Ollison now at tailback.
That was Ollison at tailback, and you're right. McNeely had been there and doing a creditable job.
Indeed. He was bobbling the ball on the pitches, and maybe they've gone to Ollison, who's a senior and been there, and to get him a little more sure-handedness back.
Scotty Donaldson is into the ball game as a wide receiver. Here's a pitch back to Ollison, and he pops it across the 30 to the 31 or 2-yard line. Good enough for a first down for Malvern. Rotating back into the ball game, Mike Chance will be the wide receiver this time. The split end, they call him, in this I-back offense, I-slot back offense of the Malvern Leopards. Malvern quickly out of the huddle, up to the line of scrimmage. I-back, takes the handoff after a little tentative maneuver by the quarterback Gibbs.
Kelsey Dedman rode him down like he was bulldogging.
He did, but I think the play was busted before it ever got started. Gibbs looked around as if expecting Ollison to come forward a little faster, and the exchange was kind of messed up, and there was Mr. Gibbs waiting to, Mr. Dedman waiting to do the thing he does best, and that is put offensive backs on the ground. Once again, quick handoff on the inside this time with the football. Donnie Gage, who's into the ball game. Gage carries it out across the 35 to the 36, 37-yard line, where it becomes third down and 3, and it's a long 3. 7 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the first half. 6-0 is the score. Benton leading Malvern. The Leopard clawing and scratching, trying to get back into this game, and the Panther snarling at the line of scrimmage, saying, we're not going to let you. Third down. Long 3. Almost offside by Benton, but he got back. Here's Ollison, the tailback. He brings it out, pops it across the 40-yard line, but he's going to be short. And short by at least a yard. So it should be fourth down and 1 to go. 4th and 1 for the Leopards. Now,
Brian Holter in there on that play, a young linebacker, sophomore, and he flowed real well to the left side, contained the ball carrier Ollison, and made helped in on the tackle on that play. And
Malvern is going to go for it. It's about a half-yard shy of a first down. 6:30 to go here in the first half. Straight ahead dive by the quarterback, and it looked like he made it. Gibbs took the handoff and did the old T2, as they used to call it. Quarterback sneak straight up the gut. Picked up what appears to be enough for a first down.
Looks
now
like
we have to wait and see.
Closer than we thought when he first.
The surge.
They're going to give it.
Now, if they said it was a first down, but the surge looked like he had it by a bunch. The spot looks like he just barely made it. So that's another first down for Malvern. 6 minutes, 7 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 6-0. Benton over Malvern is the score.
That line of scrimmage.
Sir?
Very physical between these two teams on that line of scrimmage. They're really fighting.
It is that. Here's the tailback, Ollison, and what a great tackle, shooting in from the linebacker position. Was that Dedman?
That's Bill Lincoln there.
Bill Lincoln. I saw the 0, but I couldn't pick up the rest of the 40.
Shoelace tackle. He just surged right in there, shot in there, and got him by the shoelaces and brought him down.
And that was one of those classic sure tackles. Once he hit him, he was going no further. Pick up on the play of about 1.5 yards, call it 2. Second down, 8 yards to go for Malvern. Here's the pitch back. Ollison's going to throw. Looks deep. Throws long. It's caught. It's caught inside the 20-yard line. Making the catch was number 28, I believe. 26 on the catch.
Looks like Marshall Murdoch, the wingback, out-jumped the defensive secondary. He had double coverage on him. The Benton defensive back jumped a little bit too soon, and Murdoch timed his jump just a little bit better.
Murdoch
got it.
Murdoch got behind the defense. Had good position, but he was well covered. And just made a very excellent athletic move to bring that ball down.
This is something that Benton coach Dwight Fite was concerned about, the athletic ability of the receivers for Malvern. They've been able to go up and get the ball. A lot of times the quarterback Gibbs, his passes aren't classic throws, but a lot of times those receivers will go up and get the ball.
We have a timeout on the field. 5 minutes, 17 seconds left to play. Benton 6, Malvern nothing. Malvern has the football inside the Benton 20, and we'll be back after this 30-second commercial break. We're back to play here at Malvern Stadium. I'm Bill Powell, along with Rob Patrick. Malvern with the football. Handoff straight ahead to Ollison, the tailback.
Oh, pop right there.
He popped it in. Who gets up off the bottom? Lincoln. He has been laying some licks.
He really did that time. They hit him high and low. I was trying to tell who got him high. It looked like it was Aaron Windsor, the defensive end, got him down around the shoe tops. Then Lincoln really laid the wood to him.
He'll remember that one. Malvern on the attack. It is second down and 8 yards to go from about the 18. Straight ahead with the football is the quarterback. He tries to throw it upfield, and playing very good defense that time for the Benton Panthers. Knocking the ball away is number 25.
That's Rick Daniel.
Rick Daniel.
In on the pressuring Gibbs that time, Kelsey Dedman, and once again Aaron Windsor on that play. They made him rush it.
I have to apologize for being slow with the numbers, but they're very difficult to see under this light and this angle, especially when they're turned side to you. But Daniel did make an excellent defensive play that time. So we have third down, 8 to go for the Leopards. Once again, Gibbs is back to pass. He's being pressured. Dedman and everybody else is there to lay him down at the 32-yard line.
Greg Mundy was in there first, but then Dedman and Heath Nix, both just buried Gibbs back at the, what'd you call it, the 26?
I'd call it the 26, where it now becomes fourth down and 18. Does that sound close to you? Fourth down, 18 yards to go. 4 minutes, 9 seconds to play here in the first half. Malvern has the football, and they need something. I would imagine they would throw the ball this time.
They've been going with that lately, and it's a lot of yardage to pick up any other way.
They've got to take the ball inside the 10. Let's see where it goes. Back to pass is
all
Gibbs.
over him again, but it's a...
He throws it complete on the right side. With the football is number 20, Scott Ollison, and Ollison breaks it down across the 15 to inside the 15-yard line. Now they lay it down right on the 15.
That's going to be short.
Wasn't enough for that first down.
They tried to run a screen pass. They let the defensive front come on through. They've been pressuring him anyway. He laid it out there pretty nicely for Ollison, but the secondary closed well, and of course they needed to pick up a lot of yardage, and you got to run the screen pass very well to get it.
And Johnny Gibbs took a heck of a lick at the tail end of his throw. The quarterback for Malvern. With the ball now, Benton once again out of the wishbone. Up to the line of scrimmage. Straight ahead. Handoff. 2.
A powerful run again there.
It almost looks like, you want to say when they run like that, Kurt Shelnick, but I'll have to see who gets up off the bottom.
Godino.
Nope, it was Godino.
Those guys are a lot alike in that they're very strong runners. They run very hard. It's just a trait of the Benton backs.
They run low.
Run low and hard.
Yeah. Pick up on the play of 8 yards, second down and 2. As Benton is really controlling this football game, the score does not indicate how Benton is controlling things right now.
There's Shelnick outside.
Shelnut took it around the left side, breaks it out across the 30 or close to the 30-yard line. I guess have to wait and see where he stepped out of bounds as he was ridden out on the far side by number 20 of the Benton Panthers, that being Scott Olison. Ball is just short of the 30, excuse me.
Picked up a first down on that play.
First down, 10 yards to go with 2 minutes and 42 left to play here in the second quarter.
Might see him throw it. Jamie Jones back in there at quarterback. He can throw the ball. He likes to do it on the roll.
And the defense is up tight. Straight ahead handoff.
Like Shelnut again on that side.
Shelnut out across the 30 to about the 33 or 4-yard line. As they unpile, the ball is spotted at the 33.
With that big run early in the game, that 46-yarder, Shelnut now has run 6 times for 60 yards, so good average.
6 times for 60 yards?
Yes, sir.
I think anybody would take 10 yards a carry, wouldn't
That's pretty good average there.
And I'm not even good at math. Benton on the prowl. Ball is faked to the inside, roll out by Jones, and he tiptoes up the sideline, gets across the 40, stepped out of bounds somewhere around the 42-yard line. Pick up on the play of 11. Is that what you got?
Well, let's see. I think he was short of the first down. Well, no, they're giving him the first down. So
they gave him a first down.
10 yards, I think.
All right. So it now becomes 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line for Benton, 42-yard line for the Benton Panthers. Jones once again hands off straight ahead to Shelnut. Shelnut out across the 45, brought down right on the 45-yard line, and it looks like we have a yellow piece of material on the ground indicating a violation of one sort or another, and they're talking to the Malvern Panther. So it's going to go against Benton. You know, we were talking yesterday before about the broadcast, and we'd like to give credit where credit is due at all times and not sound like a homer if we can help it.
Right.
But golly, Moses has been controlling this football game.
This is going to hurt him right here. A holding penalty. Move the ball back and put him with so little time left. There's a 1:51 left in the half. They see him have to put it in the air.
So it's going to be close to a first down and 20 yards. Make it first down, 20 yards to go for Benton. Ball inside their own 35 at the 34. Jones fakes once, now hands off to Shelnut. Shelnut powers out across the 35 to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play.
I keep saying they're going to have to pass it, but they keep ripping off these good yardage, good gains on the running game. They can continue to do this. They can run it on down.
The clock continues to run. We're down to 1:21 to play here in the first quarter. Benton takes their time coming out of the huddle. 1:14. Up over the ball for the Panthers. Dwight Everett. Jones, the quarterback, takes the snap, fakes once, fakes twice, rolls to his right, looks for a block. Now he wants to throw, throws it downfield, complete to the tight end.
That's Drew Yoakum, I believe.
Yep. Mr. Yoakum was there to bring the ball down, and he was rolled out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
28-yard gain there
of Malvern.
That's one of their favorite plays. They like to throw it to the tight end. They had the package put together, of course, last year with Scott Long, who will be our halftime guest, I believe. And they ran it off there, and Yoakum made the catch. Jones put it right on the numbers, right where
Yoakum was isolated between 3 Leopard defenders and still was right on the spot. First down, 10 to go. 44 seconds play. Ball on the ground.
I believe that's Jones.
Jones recovering his own fumble. Loss on the play back to the 35-yard line. That's a loss of 2, let's say. Make it second down and 12, and the clock continues to go. We're down to 25 seconds left here in the first half. I would expect him to throw this time for sure. Clock running out late in the first half, 35 yards away from the end zone. Jones barks out the signals. Fakes once, looks right, throws right, ball's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Excellent defensive effort that time.
They've got some size on that defensive line, 6'6", 6'4", and I believe that time the defensive end, the big number 64, if I can remember his name.
64.
William Burks.
Yeah.
Knocked that one down, and he had the receiver open. It was a kind of a slant-in pass to Jake Goheen, and if he'd have been able to get it out to him, Jake might have been able to cut it up the middle.
They've just sent into the lineup 6'4" junior William Burks.
Well, Burks before, huh?
Yeah. So I didn't mean to step on you like that, but they're just adding height to their line because they're trying to knock it down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Straight ahead handoff. Looks like the Panther is just going to run out the clock. Coming on the carry was Shelnut. He picked up 2. The clock is down. The buzzer sounds, and we've played 24 minutes of football here in the first game of 1988, with the Benton Panthers going to the dressing room, leading the Malvern Leopards by a score of 6-0. We'll be back with our halftime guest and hopefully some statistics from Malvern after this commercial timeout.
One to watch as well. Tight end Drew Yoakum caught a pass for 27 yards in the first half. He's a junior, 6'1", 220 pounds. And the split end starting a sophomore, Rick Daniels, 6'3", 185. He's a talented kid, plays on cornerback as well. And for the offense of the Leopards, the quarterback is Brandon Jones, 5'9", 146 pounds, a senior. The tailbacks, William McNeely, 5'11", 181, a senior. Jeff Maris, 5'10", 174 at fullback. Wingback, Marshall Murdoch, 5'10", 160 pounds. Up front, they've got Kim Davis at center, 5'8", 200. The guards, Mike Cantrell, 6'1", 218. He's a junior. Kevin Bracey's 5'10", 162, a senior. The tackles, Big Isaac Davis is 6'3", 305. He's a junior. You remember him if you run into him. Kerry Smith, 6'2", 180. He's a senior as the other tackle. Tight end is Vincent Bradford, 6'2", 177. And the split end, Mike Chance, 5'10", 145. He's a senior.
We're about a minute away from the kickoff to the second half. Benton will receive the second half kickoff. So before we get to that, let's take time out for these commercial messages. For the kickoff to start the second half. Back to receive deep for the Panthers.
Looks like Robert Godino, but it's going to be short. And I didn't see the number of that gentleman running it back.
I wish I had seen it. He may go all the way. Up, he's hauled down from behind at the 44-yard line. Let's see if we can get his number.
I believe that might have been Greg Little.
It certainly was. Greg Little on the return. He took the ball at about the 12-yard line. Brought it out to the 44, a return of 32 yards. So the Panthers once again in great field position, Rob.
They played pretty good field position football after that first initial series where they started on their 13. They've had the better of the field position.
Here come the Panthers, looking to get it on the board again here to start the second quarter. Straight ahead handoff. That looked like the fullback that time popping through.
It looks like they've, let's see, looked like Little has moved into fullback, but I believe that was Shellnut on the carry there. Is that halfback on that side. They started Little at fullback here in the second half, along with Shellnut and Godino at halfback, and Jamie Jones is in at quarterback.
Jamie Jones still at quarterback, and we're still trying to sort all this out. Greg Little wears number 43. We'll keep that one in mind. Handoff straight ahead. This is Shellnut again, and he powers it out across the 45 down to the 43-yard line. We misplaced the ball for you last time. The run by Shellnut on first down took it out near the 50. Second shot at it takes it down to the 41, 42-yard line, where it once again is Panther football. Nope, put it back at the 44. He spots it now. Said, I made a mistake. I'll get it right this time. Ball is at the 44-yard line. First down, 10 to go. Benton comes out in 2 running plays and really pops. Straight ahead handoff on the carry. That is Godino, Robert Godino. Robert wears number 44, 43 Little, and 34 Shellnut. Make up the backfield along with quarterback Jamie Jones. That's another second down, a pickup of 5 on the play. Make it 4. Second down and 6. 4 yards for Godino on that last carry. Jones hands off straight ahead. Godino powers it down to the 30, the 28-yard line before he's hauled down.
He just wasn't going down. He carried 3 or 4 guys with him there.
He certainly did. Rod George finally wrestled him to the ground. George, a 5'7", 140-pound senior defensive linebacker, finally got enough purchase on him to bring him down, but not until he had gotten another first down, he being Robert Godino. And now we're going to have a conversation.
Official timeout.
Official timeout, maybe for equipment.
Already, those 2 halfbacks for Benton. Shellnut, 11 carries, 88 yards.
Wow.
And Godino, 9 carries for 50 yards. They're both running very hard, and the offensive line's doing a great job of opening up some holes. They are to be commended.
The referee confused me. I was just about to call for a commercial because he was waving timeout. Then he shook his head and said, let's play. So they marked the ball ready to play. Handoff up the middle. Was that Shellnut again?
I believe that was Shellnut.
Shellnut on that quick dive handoff off right tackle. That's who it was. Powers the ball once again down to the 25-yard line, where he picks up 3. Let's call it second down, 4. Call it second down and 6. Second down, 6 yards to go. Benton with the football right at the 25-yard line of Malvern. Once again on the prowl for a touchdown. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. It's Jones, the quarterback. Hands off straight ahead. And that's Shellnut again, and he is just not going to be taken down.
It's hard to tell when they grab those jerseys, 34 and 44. That was Godino that time.
Was that Godino?
They run so similarly.
It was Shellnut underneath blocking for him.
That's right. He led the play in there.
That's the kind of offensive backfield you like to see.
Oh, yeah. They're both physical runners, and they block well for each other.
And that's the joy of the wishbone. You get 34 and 44 together, either one of them may have the football.
That's right.
First down, 10 to go. Ball placed at the 13-yard line. Jones barks the signals, turns around, hands off to Shellnut, who, no, that's Godino. No, that's Shellnut. I got it right the first time. I didn't believe myself. Shellnut gets it inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Make it a pickup of 7 on the play. Second down and 3. Make it 6 yards now, the way they mark the ball. Second down and 4. We have a rather bad angle. Ball is closer to the 5-yard line than where he initially.
He is now carried for 98 yards.
Next time,
Shellnut.
Next carry should put him over 100. Handoff.
That's
straight
right
ahead,
there.
and he's got his 100 yards right there, and a touchdown.
The second of the night.
Shellnut from 5 yards out with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the third quarter culminates about a 57-yard drive, was it? 56-yard drive with a 5-yard blast behind. Great blocking by both tackles, all the guards and the offensive center to give the Benton Panthers a 12-0 lead.
Looks like they'll go for 2 here, try to make up that missed extra point, which we thought was good. But
from where I was sitting, it was good, but I'm not official. Jones spins, keeps, pitches back, ball's on the ground, picked up by Godino. He's faking, he's looking, he did everything he could but get out in the open. What a heck of an effort by Godino. But he was finally piled under, so after running a picture-perfect offense all the way down the field, they mishandled the pitch, trying for 2. So our score reads 12-0 in favor of Benton with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. We'll be back with more Benton Panther football after this commercial message. Something cool sounds good right now. Here's the kickoff by the Panther to the Leopard. And the ball was down where his knee was touched. He fumbled the football, put his knee on the ground, and attempted to pick it up.
Heath Nix kicked off that time for Benton. Robert Godino has been doing it, and his kicks have been a little bit short. And he'd run quite a bit on that last series. And Nix, again, his kick was pretty short, but they bobbled it, and looks like they're going to start from the 23.
It was Keith Kent on the return. You're listening to Benton Panther football on K107 FM. Here we come. Up to the line of scrimmage are the Leopards. Gibbs is going to throw. The left-hander fires. It's
just about intercepted.
Almost picking it off that time for the Benton Panthers was Roger Barker. Roger at 6'3", got high in the air but could not quite handle it. Ball fell to the ground, incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 10. And once again, Coach David Alpe shuffles his split ends. Back into the ball game is Scotty Danley. He brings in the play. Up to the line they come. Gibbs, the quarterback, rolls deep, looks to throw, looks downfield, and oh boy,
right through his hands.
Hit him in the worst possible place, right in the hands. Out there attempting to make the reception was
that was Marshall Murdoch.
28, I believe, isn't it? Or 26.
Yeah.
Marshall Murdoch had it right in his hands, directly over his head. Ball squeezed out of his fingers and fell incomplete.
He had some room there. Rick Daniel playing corner on that side now. Gave him some room, but just went right through his hands, looking to run before he caught it.
He's looking to throw again. Gets it downfield this time. It's complete. And once again, it's Murdoch on the completion. Murdoch caught that one. That's saying, look, I dropped one. I'm not going to drop 2 in a row. Brings the ball out to the 40-yard line. 1st down for the Leopards. 3 straight passes. That kind of surprises me.
Well, they're really something that they do well. They have some good receivers. Murdoch probably the top receiver.
Johnny Gibbs, 5'9" quarterback, brings him up. Goes back once again to throw. This will be 4 in a row. Little swing pass. Out on the side with the football is number 46, Arthur Ollison. And Ollison takes it all the way across the 50, inside the 45 to the Benton 44-yard line before he's knocked down.
Roger Barker coming from his linebacker spot. They set up that screen pretty well, got it out there a little quicker than they did earlier where they weren't as successful, but they completed it, and they've got a threat going here.
Looks like whatever talk they did to the offense worked at halftime because they've come out fired up. Straight ahead handoff to McNeely. McNeely tries the middle of the line and gets absolutely nowhere. As in to make the stop was a fellow with a 60 on his shirt. Who is that masked man?
That's that big Kelsey Dedman, I believe.
Dedman. That might be a very appropriate description.
Of McNeely on that play.
Yeah, really. He got popped. 6 minutes, 45 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Gibbs back to throw again. Looks downfield. Fires. Incomplete.
Underthrew that one.
Excellent effort, though, by the intended receiver. And once again, that was Marshall Murdoch. Murdoch laid his body out in a full stretch trying to catch the ball over on the far sideline, which would be the south sideline here at Malvern High School. Just couldn't quite bring it in. So it's 3rd down and 11 yards to go. And Benton bowing their neck on defense. Deadman looks down at the ground. Now he's looking right at the top of the center's helmet. Once again, Gibbs rolls to his left. He's looking to throw. Now he cuts it up. Has a little running room, but is hauled down very unceremoniously by Bill Lincoln, who's played a heck of a game on defense tonight.
He has indeed. He's one of the linebackers that are new for the Panthers, and they've been hoping that they would come through. They don't have a lot of experience, but they're playing both Lincoln and the other linebacker escapes me right now. Roger Barker.
Yeah.
Both of them have played very well. They've been around the ball all night long.
7-yard pickup on the play. Still leaves them 4 yards short of the first down. So we have a 4th and 4 with 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Malvern's going. Back to throw is Gibbs. Yellow flags all over the place. The pass is complete. With the ball is Murdoch. He's got a seam. He may go all the way in, but it may not count. Murdoch takes it down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. But wait a minute, we've got 2 flags back near the line of scrimmage, and we'll have to check those out.
Shane Smith finally made the tackle. Jake Goheen was the last man. He slowed him up and allowed Shane to get him, and the ball went right through Bill Lincoln's hands and into Murdoch's hands, and he took off, reversed his field, and almost scored a touchdown, but it's all for naught.
Cut it back against the grain and got it down to about the 1 or 2 yard line from where the official was standing. But we have a procedure penalty, and they called it quick. They called it before the ball was ever almost snapped. So,
yes.
And 2 men saw it, so it obviously was a good call. That moves the ball back 5 yards from whence it was. It was 4th down and 4. It now becomes 4th down and 9. That is assuming, of course, that Benton will take the penalty.
I think they might.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
But it looks like now that Malvern has decided to punt the ball. Into the game is Steve Pritchard, their punter, but it looks like the way Benton's deploying that they're
a little
suspicious.
Suspect.
Yeah.
But he's going to kick it, and kick it away he does. Fair catch called for at about the 10, 11, 12 yard line. 12, 13, somewhere in there.
Looks like it might be 14.
Okay, 14. Between the 10 and the 15.
That's good. That's a good area.
First down, 10 to go for the Benton Panthers. They own the football and the lead. I beg your pardon?
Got to give them a wide girth down there. It's a bad angle for us. But Jake Goheen made the sure-handed fair catch on that.
Panthers own the football and the lead, 12-0 with 5 minutes and 24 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Jones spins, hands off, big hole, straight ahead, ball loose, but I believe a Benton Panther picked it up. On the carry that time, it was Shellnut, was it not?
I didn't catch the number of that.
I believe Shellnut was the ball carrier. It popped loose, bounced in the air, and I can't see who's getting up off the bottom.
What do you know?
An offensive lineman for the Benton Panthers.
I think it's Drew Yoakum, the tight end.
That's who it was. Yoakum was Johnny on the spot to cover that loose football.
He was the only Panther in about a crowd of about 5, and he came up with it.
Shellnut had 5 yards. He fumbled the ball 5 yards more forward, and it is a first down and 10 yards to go from the 25-yard line of the Malvern Leopards. Malvern on defense, Benton on offense, and that is an appropriate description of this game tonight. The Panthers straight ahead.
Looks like Brad Collett's come in at quarterback there, and he took a quarterback sneak on that play.
And it was a very unusual play in that it appeared he was standing straight up when he took the snap.
Yeah.
He just went forward. Pickup of 5 on the play.
Pretty good play.
Second down, 5 yards to go. It looks like maybe, well, give him 4
he and the center,
now.
He and Everett, the center, were the only ones moving on that play, and caught everybody by surprise.
Maybe even his own team. Pickup of 4, make it 2nd down and 6. Clock continues to run. 4:25 to play here in the 1st quarter. Straight ahead power play.
That's Godino,
and he's wrapped up hard at the line of scrimmage. And now it's getting a little physical. There's a little pushing and shoving in after the fact down there on the field, but that's bound to happen. It's a hot, sultry night, and we have very young men out on the field. And emotion sometimes rules where common sense should prevail, but nonetheless, it's Benton
Nothing
on the
too
attack.
serious there.
I beg your pardon?
It was nothing too serious.
Nah, they were just a little pushing and shoving.
Yeah.
3rd and 3, a pickup of 2. A pickup of 3, give him 3 on the play. Here we go. Back to pass is Collett. Collett looking for a block. He gets 1 and is run out of bounds, but not until he brings the ball all the way out to near the 45-yard line.
It was a rough tackle on the sideline. He had Sam McCampbell out there, offensive guard, leading the way, and used him very well. Sam threw a good screen for him, and he ran around the outside of him and picked up a first down.
6 foot 4 inch, 199-pound William Burks was the man who laid the final lick. They've spotted the ball at the 44, where once again it's 1st down and 10 for the Benton Panthers. 1st down, 10 to go. The Panthers break the huddle, come forward, but do not break the bone. Wishbone offense. Up to the line they come. Collett barks the signals, looks around, spins, hands off, straight ahead, Shulnut across the 45 to the 50-yard line. He has had a busy night.
He has indeed. He's now that carry. That gives him 6 more yards. 16 carries, 119 yards.
That's a good night's work for anyone.
And it's not even the 4th quarter yet.
No, we've still got 3 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the 3rd. 2nd down, 4 to go. Benton with the football. Malvern digging in on defense. Collett, hands off to go. Godino powers it across the 50. Inside the 48, near the 47-yard line of the Malvern Leopards.
Just short, I believe, of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
About a very short yard. 3rd down and 1 to go. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. They're going to measure it. It's that close. And on the, people will look and say, hey, I can see with my eyes that it isn't close. But the field is curved, and sometimes the angle is a little deceptive.
It is indeed.
Humped in the middle, not curved. It's humped in the middle.
That's 68 yards for Robert Godino on 12 carries, so the 2 halfbacks have really done a great job. And of
68?
68 on 12.
187 yards between the 2 of them for the night. That's a very good night's work for the halfbacks out of a wishbone offense.
What you think? We'll see one of those guys get it again here.
I'd almost bet on it. Here it comes. Uh-oh. That was that sneaky little...
crazy quarterback
sneak where nobody goes but the center and the quarterback.
Collett really got drilled, but he got the 1st down.
As a matter of fact, he took the snap, and his center, and Dwight Everett, was 3 yards ahead of him before Collett even moved.
They were the only 2 that moved. They really...
That's a very unusual quarterback sneak.
It's catches him, hoping to catch him a little off guard, I guess.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. The ball's on the 45-yard line of Malvern. With the handoff is Godino, and Godino is met. Whoa, did he get popped? He really got
was big
leveled.
Isaac Davis, and we told you about Isaac a little earlier. He's 6'3", 305, and he's in there at defensive tackle now, and he and Godino met, to say the least.
I think met and were introduced and had a cup of coffee the way that one went. And the part about it that's even more astounding is Big Mr. Everett is only a junior.
Yeah.
He's got some growing to do, folks. Here we go. Once again, it's Panther football. 2nd down, 9. Here's a handoff. Godino trying to slip and slide and get away, but he cannot shake loose. Ridden to the ground, and that time there was a loss on the play of about 4 yards, which will take it all the way back to the 48.5, 49-yard line.
Defensive end Rod George in there, and now Malvern is starting to stun a little bit, trying to disrupt the Benton offense. They can't stay with them physically, so they're going to have to they're trying to do a few things on defense to take some risks and shoot the gaps. And on that time it worked, but they continue to do it. Benton may catch him.
If it gets burned, it burns big.
That's
and
right.
Back to pass is Collett. Rolls to his right, looks downfield, throws, had a man wide open. Ball was tipped out of his hands into the hands of a Malvern defender, and it fell harmlessly to the ground. Brandon Jones was the man who had the best shot at it for Malvern. He couldn't hang on, and for only the 2nd time tonight, I believe the Benton Panthers have run out of downs, and they're going to have to kick the football away. And that's pretty indicative of just exactly how they've controlled the line of scrimmage tonight.
It is indeed.
We're down to 57 seconds to play, and they're kicking only for the second time. 12-0 our score. Benton on top with 57 seconds left to play. Here's the kick.
Chris Ramsey boots it.
Another short kick, but it takes another Benton bounce and rolls inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for Malvern.
They really are trying to keep it away from Scotty Ollison. He's a very fast return man. He's played some tailback for them. He plays defensive back. He's one of their studs, and they're kicking away from him, and they're getting good rolls and keeping Malvern pinned up.
That's called good strategy. Don't let the other guy's good player have the football.
Our commendations to Coach Dwight Fight and his staff on that.
All right, Malvern will come to the attack again. And the Benton defense down and dirty. They're looking ready. Here's the pitch back to McNeely. McNeely bangs it ahead across the 20, out to the 24-yard line, where he is really stuck by Bill Lincoln. Lincoln really laid a lick on McNeely that time.
You couldn't see it very well from the backside, but Greg Mundy, the nose guard, broke back and got him low. And
Mundy's got him, and then Lincoln cracked him.
That's right.
And that's something that a coach looks for. How many white jerseys do you see around the ball on defense? Pitch back once again, this time.
That's Ollison.
That's Ollison, and he breaks 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles before he bangs the ball out across the 40. I beg your pardon?
The last two, Jake Goheen, Shane Smith, had to bring him down, and they did. He had a head of steam going. And
he really did some popping that time himself. Number 20 of the Benton Panthers, Shane Smith, made a little D. That's the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play here in Malvern, the Benton Panthers lead by a score of 12-0 over the Malvern Leopards. And we'll be back with more football after this. First play of the fourth quarter, Scott Ollison took a pitch back and was knocked unceremoniously to the ground by Roger Barker. Once again, Malvern back, goes to throw, passes complete. Murdoch again. And I'll tell you, Johnny Gibbs has got a very good arm. The young man can throw the football. He's a senior, he's only 5'9", only weighs 146 pounds. But he's mobile, and he gets the ball to the receivers. He's had about 4 balls dropped tonight. He should be in a lot better statistical shape than he is.
And he's hit 6 of 11, so he's done pretty well.
All right, 1st down and 10 for Malvern. They're trying to get on the scoreboard. Here, look at the blitz coming in. Barker really applied the pressure on Gibbs. Gibbs looks up to say, who is that got in here so quickly? And he still almost got the ball out.
I think it's hard to see the numbers, but I think that was Greg Mundy that time, along with Windsor, number 21 there, Will Connell actually was in there with him. Greg Mundy and Will Connell both putting the pressure on. And
I saw 23, I thought.
Well, Mundy's jersey's kind of riding up a little bit, and it's kind of hard to see, but he put the pressure on that time, I believe.
You got to remember, some of the folks are going to see this on television.
That's right.
Here's a pass from Gibbs, complete. With the football is Scott Ollison. And he makes a medium gain.
There's the respect for the Benton pass rush right there. That's about the 5th time they've run that screen pass.
10:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Benton leading Malvern. 12-0 is the score. Malvern with the football trying to get on the scoreboard. You're listening to Benton Panther football on K107 FM. KAKI in Benton. Malvern. Gibbs rolls to his right. The left-hander looks back, throws downfield, complete again, as going high in the air to pull the ball out of the ozone was number 87, is it?
Looks like Vincent Bradford, the tight end.
Vincent Bradford, who's 6'2" and 177, put on a move that might make Magic Johnson wish he had taken jumping lessons to pull that one down. 10:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. 12-0 is our score. Benton on top, but the Malvern Panther is on the prowl. The Malvern Leopard is on the prowl. Back goes Gibbs to throw again. A little pressure applied. Ball thrown near the sideline, intended for Marshall Murdoch. Murdoch was not sure of his footing. Looked down to see where he was in association with the sideline. The ball dropped harmlessly out of bounds, so it becomes 2nd down and 10 from the Benton 31-yard line. 2nd down and 10 for Malvern. The ball at the 31 of Benton. Malvern trying to avoid the shutout, actually trying to get back into this football game where they can put together another drive and perhaps win it. There's 13 seconds left on the clock, the timer clock between plays. Throw down the middle, complete to number 87, Vincent Bradford, and he breaks it across the 20, down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line before he's brought down on the play. Gibbs to Bradford. Gives Malvern another 1st down.
Gibbs now has completed 9 of 14 unofficially, and that's been good for 135 yards. So
Vincent's knee was on the ground. It came very close to being down when he caught the ball, but apparently nobody saw it. Here we go. Pitch back with the football. Running wide is Allison, looking for room, and he gets down inside the 5 to about the 2-yard line, where coming up to make the tackle was number 23, Roger Barker. Barker, 6'3", 195-pound junior, has had a very excellent evening on defense for the Benton Panther. But now the Malvern Leopard is knocking on the door. 1st down, goal to go from the 2. 1st and goal from the 2. Gibbs, the quarterback, sets him, pulls the trigger, hands off straight ahead. Allison bolts into the air, into the end zone. Touchdown, Malvern.
That was a drive they had to have to be in this ball game. The game had gotten to be where Benton was really controlling the game, controlling the line of scrimmage, but they went to the air, had a lot of success on that drive. They obviously saw a few things at halftime that they felt they could do, and they moved the ball right down and scored.
And now they will try for the extra point. In to do the kicking is Tommy Ball. Kick is up. Kick is good. And suddenly, it's a 12-7 game. Benton leading the football game 12-7 with 9 minutes and 27 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff after this 30-second commercial timeout. Be required. This is gut check time for both teams. Can Malvern stop the Panther? Can Benton reassert itself at that line of scrimmage? Here's a kickoff. Deep. Taken in.
Robert Godino.
Godino takes it in at about the 8-yard line and brings it all the way out to the 33 before he's finally put down. Godino found a wedge, brought it out, gives the Panthers excellent field position again. And big number 89, and that's Edward Haynes, was standing there glaring down at the football like, how dare you be out here this far? Edward Haynes of the Leopards was the one doing the glaring. We have a problem with equipment for Benton right now. Now it's straightened out. The man having the problem was Dwight Everett, the center. Dwight's 6'4", 235. He's no little fella either.
Not at all.
All right, Benton with the football. It's Jones back in at quarterback. Straight ahead handoff, and once again, just power football. And, there's an old saying about dance with the one that brung you. That's what brung them this far.
The offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage, and Kirk Shelnut and Robert Godino making the runs.
Godino on that carry. Give him a pickup of 5, make it 2nd down and 5. And that's what Benton has to do the rest of this football game. control the line of scrimmage, control the clock. They've got it working for them because they own the lead, 12-7. Jones takes the snap. Quick handoff to Shelnut. Shelnut pops it out across the 40, near the 45-yard line. Good enough for a first down. Give him a pickup on the play of about 7. Make it 1st and 10 from, we have to call that the 44 rather than the 45. So it was a pickup of 6. First down, 10 to go. Shelnut once again. Had a little breather. He might be ready to run some more.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Panthers.
He's carried the ball 17 times for 125 yards.
17. I think there was a fumble on the play. Let's see whether I heard an Oski out there on the field.
It's actually, I think Shelnut was just stopped there.
He was.
They're glad to. They cheered plenty when they hold Kirk Shelnut tonight.
He's still got a yard.
Yep.
But I could have swore I heard Oski, and I don't know where.
Somebody was saying, somebody was yelling fumble.
Oski means that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. 2nd down, 9 to go. Benton trying to control this clock and come out of here with an season opening win against these tough, determined Malvern Leopards. Who tripped up as he went through was
Godino, I believe.
Godino. Kind of got tripped over his own feet or the quarterback's feet on the exchange, but still bounced forward for 3, where it is now 3rd down and 6. And now Benton needs a play. 3rd down, 6 to go. This is that tough in-between yards. It's really too long for a run, too short for a pass. What do? We'll see. Jones fakes a handoff, tries to cut it back up inside. He's lapped up and knocked down just across the 50.
Jamie wanted to make it himself on that one. He made a determined effort, but he was in the grasp right after he crossed the line of scrimmage. That's going to come up short.
Yep. Looked like coming up to make the tackle was William Burks. Burks at 6'4", 199, kind of has Mr. Jones a little outsized there. Jamie, 5'10", 155 pounds, but those are 5'10", and 155 determined pounds. But nonetheless, Benton will have to kick the ball away with 6:06 left in the ball game.
I'm sure they'll continue to try to keep it away from Scotty Allison, who's been the
good kick this time. He kicks it. Allison covers it at about the 20, breaks it up to the 25, across the 30, and at about the 32-yard line, he ran into his own man, who had come up to try to help block for him, Brandon Jones.
That was a big play there by Rodney Wright on the special teams. He played wedge breaker and went in there and busted up the blocking, and the sprawling blockers knocked down the runner there.
Rodney Jones, Brandon Jones rather, do you give a teammate credit for a tackle? Anyway, here comes Malvern. Gibbs fakes a pitch. Now he throws it outside. With the ball is number 49, William McNeely. McNeely gets a good pickup on the play of about 3. Make it 2nd down and 7 as the ball is spotted right at the 37-yard line. It's the ball on the Malvern 37. They're 37 yards away from taking the lead in this ball game as Benton leads it 12-7 with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game.
It's a little more than 37.
What did I say, 37?
Yeah.
I meant 63. McNeely once again on the carry.
Scare me there.
I know it. I was thinking, and do you ever do that? You're thinking of something, and you know what you're thinking, but you say what you're not supposed to think? Yeah. Get you in all kinds of trouble.
Give somebody a heart attack. 37 yards to leading. They are.
I apologize most profusely. They're 63. Now they're 64, 66 yards away.
It's tight enough as it is, Bill.
Yes, it is. Here's Gibbs. Rolls to his left. Looks for help. Can't get it. As
Good
coming
play.
up to stop the play was...
Looks like Heath Nix in there, and also...
52, is that?
I think that's Aaron Windsor, 57, the
57?
defensive end on that side.
Yeah, that's what it was. Aaron Windsor and Heath Nix playing good defense that time. Stopped the play. Matter of fact, there was a loss on the play of a yard. Put it back to the 38-yard line, where it is now 4th down and 7.
The
4th down
Benton
and
defense
6.
comes to the fore there. They needed a stand, stop the momentum, and they did the job. Held them on 4 downs.
Uh-oh.
The fake.
Fake punt.
That's Ollison.
Tollison with the ball, and he's going to be
short.
Smeared.
That's a big play, a big stop there. They were ready for it, and they stopped him. I'd like to see who was. I think it was
23.
Roger Barker.
Got up off the
One
bottom.
of those linebackers. He and Bill Lincoln have been in on a lot of plays tonight, and he made a big stop there to hold Ollison from getting the first down on 4th down, a fake punt. Ollison was the short back. Direct snap to him, and he took off around right in. And there was Barker ready for him, and Benton takes over with really good field position now, the 43 of Malvern.
Give David Alpe a plus mark for guts, and give Coach Dwight Fite and his crew a plus for having very intelligent, prepared football players. And look at this.
Robert Godino.
Godino has broken 5 tackles. He breaks it down the left sideline. He's going to be tackled short of the end zone. But what an effort by Godino. The ball started at the 43-yard line of Malvern. He took it around the short side, the right side, broke 1-2 tackles.
All the way to the 5-yard line.
Cut it back across the grain, down to the 5 for a pickup of
38
yards, which ought to put him over 100, hasn't
That's
it?
going to put him over 100, indeed. 17 carries for 112 yards.
2 backs tonight for the Benton Panthers with over 100 yards. Godino and Shelnut. Now they'd like to get it in the end zone.
First and goal.
And there's Shelnut, and there's a touchdown.
Boy, that was a big series of downs right there. 3 plays in a row. Shelnut scoring the touchdown to top it off, but holding Malvern when they tried for the fake punt. They stopped them. Big stop there by Roger Barker and friends, and then the big run from Godino. 38 yards, taking them down to the 5-yard line, and Kirk Shelnut did the rest from the 5-yard line, scored. And there's 3:14 left in the 4th quarter. That should be the clincher.
Great effort that time of the whole left side of the Benton line in breaking Shelnut loose, and Shelnut, of course, doing an excellent job of reading the blocking and finding the end zone. Here's the kick, and it's blocked.
Heath Nix trying the extra point there, and Malvern broke through. I didn't see, was there any problem with the snap there? It looked like it developed a little slowly.
It looked like everything was mechanically good. It was just a very slow development of the play. Number 77 came up to make the block, Isaac Davis, the big 305-pounder. With 3 minutes, 14 seconds left to play in the football game from Malvern, the score reads Benton 18, Malvern 7. We'll be back with more football after these messages.
Coming down the home stretch. No, I can't hear.
His name is Terry Rose. You know who his wife is? Whit Stevens' daughter.
Oh, yeah.
He got $10 million if he can stay married to her for 5 years. How's that for a deal? How's that for a deal?
I think I could do that.
Here's the kickoff to start our next series of downs. With the ball for the Benton Tigers was Marshall Murdoch. And Murdoch, with a very determined effort, brings the ball all the way out to the 40-yard line, where it's first down, 10 to go for Malvern from their own 40. So they're 60 yards away from making it close again. But I agree with you, Rob. I think that touchdown just about salted it away.
It's going to make it very difficult. Of course, Malvern's got their passing game going. It'll be up to Benton to stop their passing game. And they'll be putting it in the air for sure because they need to score quick.
Certainly stranger things have happened, but I don't expect it tonight.
Looks like an option pass. And it's
there's an interception. You betcha.
They pitched to Tony Ollison, the tailback.
Scott Ollison.
He put it up. Tony Ollison plays for the Razorbacks. Jake Goheen makes the interception, his second of the night. He kind of starts it all off with the interception that set up the first touchdown, and now he kind of puts the last few nails in the coffin, picking off that one.
Yeah, a couple of mistakes at the wrong time, and a ball game can change and end pretty quick. As a matter of fact, that interception is sending a lot of this highly partisan Malvern crowd to their automobiles to the parking lot.
I noticed over on the far side there's plenty of Benton fans, and they're sticking around.
I bet you they are. They're happy with what they're seeing, and well, they should be. Here comes the Panthers on the offense again from the 38-yard line with the ball. What a move on the outside put on by number 44, who's doing a tremendous job tonight, Robert Godino. And Robert, with a pickup of 8 on the play, must have stepped out inside of where his body finally finished. Give him 8 yards on the carry, make it second down and, well, give him 9, second down and 1 with 1:55 left in this ball game. You know, it did me good to find out that one of the sponsors of Benton football was Adams Pest Control, because I remember when Tim Adams played at Fayetteville. All right, the Panthers back on the attack. Jones spins, hands off, straight ahead. On the carry, Mr. Shelnut again. And give him about 6 more.
I think they're going to give Kirk a rest now. That, if by my unofficial stats, and I emphasize unofficial, he picked up, what, there, 7 yards?
6, 7, give him 7.
Let's count this up here. That's 21 carries, 146 yards. That ought to get him a nomination for back of the week.
I would think so. If not, people are not paying attention, I'll tell you that. And Collett is back in at quarterback now, so it's almost a whole new backfield for the Benton Panthers. And obviously a little nervous getting their first test under fire. On the carry that time for Benton. Last man up out of the bottom of the pile.
Looks like that's Chris Briggs.
Chris Briggs, and Chris leaves the ball game now. And
he'll let everybody get a chance to play here.
Collett goes to the sideline, talks to the coach as we have a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here because this game is nearly over. 57 seconds left in the ball game. Benton with a very comfortable 18-7 lead.
Let's stop right now and give a big congratulations to that offensive line
You betcha.
For Benton. Dwight Everett, the center, Michael Teague, and David McGee, the guards, along with Sam McCampbell, who's been in there, Dennis Bird, and Tony Hester are the tackles. And they have done a tremendous job. Drew Yoakum at tight end, and sometimes Greg Mundy. They have opened it up so that Benton could rush for, I would say, close to 300 yards.
It's got to be in the 300-yard zone anyway.
Because just the two halfbacks, Godino, 17 carries, 112 yards, and Kirk Shelnut, 21 carries for 146 yards. I'd say they both might get nominations for that back of the week.
That's 258 yards total.
That's right there.
You know, it's funny. I look at the scoreboard, and then I look back at my little doodles over here on the sheet of paper, and it feels like Benton should be winning by more than they are.
They really controlled the ball game, except for one drive, the one scoring drive. Malvern just hasn't been able to get anything going.
But give out Malvern this: they have not quit.
They have not.
Benton with the football, straight ahead handoff, stepping in across the line of scrimmage for, maybe a yard.
That was Greg Rogers on that carry.
Greg Rogers on the carry. He picks up the yard that was lost on the last play, so it now becomes 3rd down and 11. 3rd and 11 with 48 seconds on the clock, and once again, the Malvern Panthers, I'm going to do that until I get it right. The Malvern Leopards take a timeout.
You got the Cats going tonight.
I just don't see Leopards with black and orange, all right?
Okay, I'll accept that.
Tigers, yeah.
We got the maroon and white, or the maroon and gray Panthers, and we got the black and orange Leopards tonight.
Well, as I confessed a little earlier, my young people have gone to high school at Old Main, so I'm very used to the Benton colors. They don't throw me, but I haven't had the opportunity to see Malvern play but 3 times in the 11 years I've been in Arkansas. So this is the 3rd time. So really, I'm just not used to the colors. I guess I got
Leopards isn't your real common name either.
Not really. Oh, that was a meeting of the bodies.
We've got the first team defense for Malvern in there against the second team offense of Benton, and they're shooting the gaps and really plastering the backs. I think on that carry, John Brewer was the runner on that one.
So that'll make it a 4th down. Still, a loss of about 1 more on the play. Make it 4th and 12 with only 41 seconds left to play in the ball game, Malvern once again takes a timeout.
I think that does it for their timeout. So
I believe so. That's 3 in a row, so I don't think they have any more.
I don't know. I don't think that Benton will risk a punt here. They'll probably just run a play and
let the clock run.
Let the clock run.
Well, will
Malvern
not the officials stop it?
Well, it'll change it'll stop with the change of hands, but I don't think they want to risk a punt being blocked and a quick touchdown. They run the ball. Malvern at least will have to set up in its offense. And
I see Brewer and Brian Holter and some of the younger players on the Benton team in the ball game, and they are going to run it. With the football on the roll is Brad Collett.
Well, that was just as risky as any punt. Collett threw the pass.
It was completed down there, I believe, but it will be short of the first down.
Jake Goheen came up with a catch, but it was, I guess, got it up to the 41. They needed to get to the 37 for a first down. So
Goheen was rolled out of bounds, so that stops the clock anyway.
But that
with 32 seconds left to go.
That gave Brad Collett a chance to get his first completion as a Panther. Jake Goheen hauled it in.
Collett, as I understand it, is a very good passer, has excellent passing potential.
He has indeed. Coach Fight would like to see him come up over the top a bit. He's quite a pitcher in baseball, and he tends to come from the side a little bit every once in a while. And when he gets his mechanics down, comes from straight over the top, he can really zip it.
Here is Malvern's last shot at it as Briggs goes back to throw. Looks out, completes the ball out here on the left side. Bringing the ball down is Mike Chance for Malvern. He brings the ball out to down to the 40-yard line of Benton. It will be marked with 25 seconds left to go in the ball game, and Malvern is ready to go right now. Clock will start when the play moves back again. To throw is Gibbs.
Goheen got
almost intercepted.
He almost had his third one of the night.
And I just swallowed a bug.
You lucky guy.
It's a pure protein, won't hurt you at all. 17 seconds left in the ball game. Malvern probably down to what could be their last play unless it's an incomplete pass or they can complete it and get out of bounds. The Panthers are playing center fielders right now with 2. All their backs drop way back off, the defensive backs. Gibbs looks downfield, throws short, incomplete, so they will get a 4th down as only 4 ticks run off the clock that time.
That one, if it had been online, would have been intercepted as well. It was a shorter pass and looked like I didn't catch the number of the player that was in there.
It looked as if Steve Wood, who is in on defense on the defensive line, might have got a finger on that ball as it went over his head, but nonetheless, they've got 3rd down and 10. I guess I was a down behind. Gibbs back to throw once more, gets a good rush, throws it downfield. Ball is batted away by 2 of the white-shirted Benton defenders. Number 10 gets up off the bottom, Jake Goheen, and also back with him was number 22, Johnny Brewer. Brewer's had a good night tonight. I think
Goheen's had a good night too. He plays shortstop in baseball. He's playing center field tonight, and he's picked off 2 passes and knocked down several.
And he swings pretty good from the right side. So here we go. 7 seconds left to play.
4th down. I'd say this will probably be it.
The last gasp for Malvern. Gibbs looks, throws over everybody's head as the ball is escorted toward incompletion by Jake Goheen. He did not try to intercept it. He just let it roll to the ground as he ran alongside and watched it drop.
You know, if he'd have caught that ball, the clock would have run out. As it is, we stopped at 1 o'clock, 1 second left with the incompletion and the change of possession. That was 4th down.
So we'll get one more play.
Yeah, so I guess Brad Collett will get a chance to kneel down.
25 minutes after 9 o'clock. You're listening to Benton Panther football on K107 KAKI in Benton. And Benton is going to record their first win of the 1988 season. A very convincing, much stronger than the score would indicate, 18-7 victory over a very tough, determined Malvern Leopard.
This is interesting because the quarterback in there right now is Michael Massinelli, senior defensive back.
You never can tell. Come playoff time, you might need a Michael Massinelli.
That's right.
Because it's a long season when they get out to the playoffs, and the nicks and the bruises start really showing up out there. 5-yard procedure penalty called against Benton. Here's the snap. Massinelli falls to the ground. The clock runs out, and the football game is over. So the first game of 1988 on the Benton Panther schedule belongs to the Benton Panthers as they post a very convincing, hard-fought 18-7 victory over a very, very determined Malvern Leopard. We'll be back with a recap on the final statistics after this commercial timeout.
I can have Benton's statistics, but I don't think I can.
Believe the score.